Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on earth with Rodney Newpole and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah. Well, hello, dummies, and welcome to episode number 150 of the stupidest sports show on earth. My name, as you all know, is Tim Hoya Destroya Van Stratton, joined by who else? Rodney Newpole, the Rod Dog, as I call him. Hoping that nickname catches on eventually. Rodney, happy Thursday. Happy 150th show, man. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a milestone. Congrats on the milestone of 150 already. If you are asking how I am, I'm tired tonight. I am worn out. A lot of sun in me this week. A lot of baseball, softball, whatever the kids have going on. A lot going on. Not enough sleep. I'm tired tonight, but I'm gonna motor through this one, and then I'm heading to bed. That's great background right there. Jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, I thought it was just regular celebration. Turns out it's Halloween themed. All the overlays are Halloween themed. I don't know why. Maybe I'll find a different one.
Show 150. No, that's cool. That's great. How were you in the Hawaiian sun these days?
Still Halloween theme. I'm good. It's been a very rainy week, but today's been nice, seeing some blue sky, and everything is all gravy here. Enjoying the early sports. The early bedtimes are nice. So, yeah, it's been great.
Fantastic. Well, we always start the recent shows with we are 97 days away from the National Football League. So 96 would make it like 12 weeks or so from 13 weeks, maybe. I don't know. Like 14 weeks. I don't know. Something amount of weeks until
what's 12 times 7? Is that 84?
12
no,
times 7
84. Yeah, 84.
Yeah, so yesterday would have been 14 weeks from yesterday.
14 weeks, yep. Yeah. So
anyways,
I'm still ready for it, man. I'm so pumped up. And we didn't even talk yesterday, like Tuesday, there was, we had the Myles Garrett move, we had the AJ Brown move. We didn't even talk about Odell Beckham Jr. being a New York Football Giant again.
No, we haven't. I'm not sure when to go the full court press on the National Football League.
We'll know.
Because we could I was thinking about that. Like when the National Football League is here, like we don't even have to dive into other sports. Like we don't even hardly talk about other sports. We mostly have an hour of the National Football League. But tonight I was putting it together. I was like, well, we got to talk NBA playoffs. We got to talk NHL playoffs. But we only get snippets of it. So I just don't know how much NFL to talk about. What's the protocol here? Like we probably should have
Protocol is this is our show. We can do whatever we want. Like there are podcasts out there that 12 months out of the year they are talking NFL. Yeah. There are enough things to talk about with the NFL year round. We can absolutely do it whenever we want. Do we want to do that? Not necessarily, because I'm loving these NBA finals. Baseball season is in full swing. There's no need for us to do it. I'm just saying, like, if we get that itch, let's just scratch it, buddy. Like I'm good with that. We just don't have the itch yet, and it's all good.
Right. All right. Sounds good. Well, we are 97 days away. I did set up the show, so I'm going to move us along tonight. First off, we got to thank our great sponsors over at Gateway Sports. Those guys continue to do a great job. I saw this is not the best radio hosting here, but I saw they added another show. I'll look that up while I'm talking here to give you the details on that. But if you love sports at every level, there's only one place you need to be. That's Gateway Sports. They cover it all from the preps, college, and the pros. Real coverage, real voices, real passion for the game, from live shows to podcasts. Gateway Sports connects you and the region like nobody else. Proudly powered by First Form and Recalibrate. Visit gatewaysports.net. Every level, one gateway. Thanks again to the guys over at Gateway Sports. And that is the picture right there on the screen. If you're watching, those that are on the live stream, there it is. So, there it is.
You know what? It just dawned on me. Your smile Since I feel like we do a lot of time making fun of my photo here, but your smile looks like you just ripped a really good fart and no one knows it except you. And you're just like, oh, just wait. Just wait until someone walks right in my wake. Like that's what your face says right there.
Yeah. We were in was that was taken in the Casino Queen, right?
I think so. For our bets that didn't win, but that's okay. We had a great time.
But I do remember eating at Ballpark Village and having a nice meal before the game. That was a nice meal.
Yes. Yeah, I really enjoyed Ballpark Village as a whole, like just the atmosphere around Busch Stadium itself. It's a great place to watch a ballpark. And even better when it's not 1,000 degrees outside.
Yeah. Well, it's June, July, August coming up. It's going to be 1,000 degrees there. It's always hot in St. Louis, it seems like. But anyways, once again, thank you to Gateway Sports. All right, let's break down what happened last night. Well, first of all, when I wasn't watching the first portions of the game and I got the group text, "See ya, Knicks," I was like, oh, good. The Spurs are way up. By the time I got to the score, it was like, it's a 3-point game. So it was Tim doing the best he could to put the curse on the New York Knicks, and it worked.
It was like an 8-point game when I sent that. It was I think an 8-point game, and Brunson was heading to the locker room. I think that was the point when I sent it.
Yeah. Well, they bounced back. They won on the road. They've now stole home court advantage. They've won 11 straight games. Wemby looked 12 straight. Yeah. What's the word for Wemby? He looked normal.
I came away. I watched the entire game. If you look just at the box score, you see 26 points, 12 rebounds. But I gotta say, like on the offensive end, he was very lackluster is probably a little too strong, but he was very, normal. He didn't really do too much to will the Spurs to victory. Like most of his impact was on the defensive end for sure, and just the way that he can not just block shots, but how he forces players like Brunson and Bridges to just like alter their shots. They have to just put that little extra arc on it. And even that alone, like it's such a huge difference. So defensively, you definitely felt Wemby. But like he shot 6 of 21. He wasn't getting a whole lot of good looks. He hit a couple shots like from 3, but like he hit one early in the game. I think their first bucket, he hit a 3. And then like late in the fourth, he hit a 3. He took a lot in between there and he missed all of them. So yeah, he just felt very uninspiring offensive performance for sure. My dog
agrees. It's back-to-back shows that the dog has joined us. It's nice of the dog to join us, but pedestrian is probably not the right word, right? That's probably too small, too harsh on Wemby.
No, I think pedestrian, honestly, offensively, I think is fair. Like he didn't look dominant. He had a couple moments where he attacked the rim, good putbacks, whatever, but generally speaking, I thought he was very passive. He didn't really – there were moments where I thought he could try to take over, and he just didn't. And, I was not very impressed by him. Where on the other side, like Jalen Brunson was 12 of 31. That's not a good shooting game. But yet Jalen Brunson did the thing where 3 points in the first quarter, but then 6 points and then 8 points, and then he has 13 points in the fourth quarter, and he just gets better as the game goes on, despite having a couple scary moments where it looked like he might have been injured, but still ends up with 30 points. I thought did a very effective job of sort of leading the comebacks when the Knicks needed him. And again, like last 2 minutes of the game, there was just under 2 minutes left. The Spurs were winning that game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were up by a point, or it was close. And who else but Brunson is the one that gets the Knicks to pull away there down the stretch. So it's the same story that we've seen time and time again with Brunson, with the Knicks. And, he was the best player on the court last night for sure.
So game 2 is a must win, yes?
Oh,
for San Antonio, you can't lose. You can't lose both at home and go to the Garden down 2-0.
Has to be. The Knicks, they've won, like you mentioned, they won 12 in a row. The best 12-game stretch ever. Like, they still ended up winning last night by 10 points, by double figures. This is one of their closest games that they've had in their last 12. So, yeah, they've been unstoppable. And if you go down 2-0, then you have to win 4 out of 5, with 3 of those games being in what is sure to be just an indescribably awesome home court advantage for the Knicks. So yeah, like the Spurs don't win, the series is over. Like I feel comfortable saying that if they do not win game 2, it's done.
You obviously took the Knicks to win the NBA Finals. That's not changing. Does the number of games this series goes change now?
You know, even before the game last night, I was texting a couple of friends and I said, Knicks in 6, but I'm flirting with 5. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, Brunson was 12 of 31. The Knicks generally didn't shoot the ball all that well. They were 31% from 3, which is 10% worse than they've been this postseason. They didn't have a good shooting night, and Brunson was inefficient, and they still won on the road. Like, I think it's obvious that they have the better starting 5. It's obvious that they have a deeper bench. Like San Antonio's bench, like Dylan Harper was really good. It was awesome to see Dylan Harper as a rookie have that game. But Luke Cornett was a complete nobody. Keldon Johnson was a total nobody. So it's the Spurs, I feel like, are, if Wemby is not going to be an ultra superstar, they're not going to win any of these games. Whereas the Knicks can overcome an inefficient shooting night from Brunson, where Josh Hart Bridges was only 9 points. Hart had 3 points, but he was incredible everywhere else. They still won.
Yeah. I feel like Wemby needs to do the 32-21 type game.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's not sustainable for 4 games.
No. You're right.
You need him to do that. You need a 22-year-old center to do that 4 times against the hottest team in the sport,
maybe ever,
in order to win this series. That's a tough ask, and it's, and I know the Knicks are now favorites to win the series, but all of that, it probably should have made the Knicks honestly, if I was setting the line for the series, just my personal beliefs, I think the Knicks should have been favored. I really do, even on the road.
Okay. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what happens in game 2. That's tomorrow, and then, of course, there's a little bit of a gap before game 3. You know how that goes. We talked about it the other day, how they have several more days off in this series than usual. Anything else on the NBA, or are we going to move to the ice?
Yeah, I'm trying to think just of yesterday. I was getting sick and tired of this Julian Champagnie. Couldn't miss in the first half, and then proceeded to miss everything in the second half. Did he even have a point in the second half?
I don't think he did.
I don't know. Maybe he got to the free throw line for shot, but guy hit 5 threes in the first half and then didn't make another one for the rest of the game, and missed badly for second half. I got a thought for you. And maybe you know more about this too. Is De'Aaron Fox just not good anymore?
Right, something happened there, right? Yeah, I don't.
He's not good. He had a good game 7 against OKC, but there were several games this postseason where I'm he's done nothing. And yesterday, he was bad. And the Spurs should probably think about trading him this offseason, right? They have Dylan Harper, they have Castle. They don't need De'Aaron Fox. They probably someone they should trade, no?
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so. What kind of package is Fox going to lure over in the offseason, though, you think?
I don't think a big. I don't know. Maybe De'Aaron Fox, rather than just shipping him away where he's the centerpiece, maybe De'Aaron Fox is tries to be a part of a package to get someone else, someone good to pair with Giannis. I don't know, but man, it's been several games now where he just hasn't been good. And yesterday he was terrible. He was really bad.
Yeah, not good. All right, let's move to the ice now. This is wild to me. I'm going to lose another NHL playoff game. I have not been great in the NHL playoffs. It is 2-0 Vegas Golden Knights with 15:33 to go. So we just talked about how the Spurs would be cooked losing the first 2 games at home. Well, Carolina Hurricanes are 15 and a half minutes away from being down 2-0, getting ready to go to Vegas. Now we're talking about Vegas sweeping. Their run of unbelievable hockey is almost just as good as the Knicks. Obviously it's not quite there, but you're talking about the same conversation here. Vegas Golden Knights unbeatable right now. They have now won. This would be their 1, 2, 3. This would be their 8th straight win. So not far behind the Knicks. What's going on the ice?
Oh, it's like they can win the high scoring games. They can also win the grind them out games. Like they seem to be able to play any style of hockey necessary, regardless of who they're facing. Like they'll play bruisers, they'll face speedy teams, like offensively gifted team, and they're able to compete with all of them just because they have just such an overwhelming like talent level where it's like a bunch of guys who could just adapt and play different styles. What's crazy to me too with Vegas is that their coach and their goalie weren't a part of their organizations until like over halfway through the season. Like their coach just a few games before the playoffs, and then they brought in Carter Hart like in February?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, and their goalie and their head coach, like they're going to be champions with that. Like, so I know the Blues, when the Blues won, so because they had the midseason coaching change, right?
Berube.
So Berube took over. Was Berube an outside hire? Or was he an assistant?
I think he was an assistant.
Okay, so like Berube's an assistant, and then Binnington was in the system already.
Yeah, right.
So like, because I was trying to think if we've seen something like this before. So like those guys, like they didn't expect going into that year Craig Berube to be the coach and Jordan Binnington to be the goalie, but like at least they were part of the organization. Vegas, their goalie was potentially going to jail 6 months ago.
Right.
And then their head coach was on television. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So I looked it up. Berube's status was 2016. He was hired as the affiliate coach for the Chicago Wolves. Weird, the Chicago Wolves were the St. Louis Blues affiliate, but they were. That was in June of 26. In June of 27, he was hired as an assistant for me. Okay, before I give this name, do you remember who Craig Berube took over for midseason fire in November?
Oh, yes, Mike Yeo, right?
Mike Yeo, yes. Mike Yeo was not very good in his tenure with the Blues there for a bit.
Has Mike Yeo been good anywhere? Like there's certain coaches that just seemingly get jobs, but like you take a look at them and it's like, how do you get hired? Mike Yeo just doesn't look like he'd be a good coach. Like he just looks like a small man. That's kind of mean, but like it's true. Like he just doesn't look like a guy who's going to hoist a cup because he can't lift it.
What now? What are you taking Vegas in 4?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Tim Kerr's time. Yeah.
The series is over. No, series is over. No, it's over.
Just because Carolina's not going to get anything going.
Yeah. Like Carolina, I think is just happy to be in the Stanley Cup because they haven't. They're before this year, they were like 1-19 in their however many last conference final games. Like they've peaked. And they're done. They're done. Congratulations to Vegas again. Another cup.
It's over.
We're all so happy for you.
All right. Well, he considers it over. I mean, at this point, I don't think I can continue to say Carolina is going to win the cup. I had them sweeping. So I'm going to be, not only am I going to be wrong, I'm going to be dead wrong. But yeah. All right. So there's our national hockey talk. Dan's not going to make it tonight, it doesn't look like, so we can't get the expert opinion from hockey guy Dan.
He agrees. My sources tell me he agrees with everything I said specifically.
I didn't even put these banners up, but let's spend a few minutes talking the National Football League. Okay.
Finally. I'd never ask.
Today, Christian Watson signed a 4-year, $1 $110.5 million extension. I know you have thoughts here.
Yeah. All right. So Christian Watson, I'm tweeting out, the links here. You got paid. So this is what happens when you run the socials here. So he gets what, 110.5 million?
Mm-hmm.
So Christian Watson is 27 years old. He's been in the NFL for 4 seasons. In those 4 seasons, he's never had more than 620 receiving yards. So it's not like he's been on the cusp of 1,000 yards. He hasn't even gotten 700 yards in a season.
Correct.
He's 2 years removed from a torn ACL. Pretty significant injury. The Packers, who already gave Jaden Reed an extension, give Christian Watson a deal that pays him average annual salary of $27.6 million a year. That's the same that George Pickens is making from Dallas on the franchise tag. I saw that and I thought I was going crazy because, it's sometimes it's guys get paid these big contracts, but it's they're super underrated. They're much better, but I've never once looked at Christian Watson to be like that guy. That guy should be $100 million wide receiver. He just seems like any other Packers receiver, and they always draft him mid to late rounds, and they sort of just rotate, and a couple of them leave, and I was perplexed. And then I was asking too in the group chat with you guys, Juwan Jennings got 1 year for $8 million. Mm-hmm. Are we even sure that Christian Watson is better than Juwan Jennings?
I'm not sure.
Right. And the fact that we have to debate it kind of makes the point where one of these guys is making almost $30 million a year now. The other one's making $8 million.
Yeah, three times as much.
Yeah, three times over 3 times as much, and for 4 years. So I must be missing something, and maybe if there's Packers fans that are listening, they can inform me here, why this deal makes any sort of sense. But yeah, it was bizarre, man. It really was, and I'm glad that I wasn't the only one who was shocked when we saw that.
Yeah, let's go to your New York Football Giants, who obviously have made some moves. Odell Beckham Jr. Is there any juice left in Odell? You think? What are the expectations from Giant Nation? Let's spend about, another 7 minutes or so talking the National Football League here before I get to – we've got about a 15, 20-minute Major League Baseball game I want to play. But what do you think of OBJ joining the Giants?
So concerned with the time always. I mean, my God, do whatever we want here. Yeah, I'd be lying if I did it at one point the other day when he signed. What was that, Monday? Is that Monday that happened? At one point, I said to my wife out loud, "This is the greatest day of my life." That is knowing that he's 33.
Yeah.
He didn't play at all last year. He doesn't even have his same number. He's wearing number 3 now because Jalen Hyatt's taking it away from him, but that's okay. Jalen Hyatt's going to get cut, and then Odell can get 13 back. Okay. He's not going to be a number 1. He's probably not going to be a number 2, but damn, man, I would be shocked if Odell Beckham Jr. is on a 53-man roster if he doesn't make some type of impact. Even if it's just a couple catches a game, I think he's still too good of a route runner. I think that he still has the hands and the ability just to make catches and just extend drives. He's not going to be the turn and burn big play guy, but even if it's just a couple key catches a game, he can contribute. And I love that he so badly wanted to come back. I love that they were able to make it happen. I was terrified when I saw that they signed Braxton Berrios, and I was like, oh God, are we really choosing Braxton Berrios over Odell Beckham? No, we're getting all of them. And Juju Smith-Schuster for some reason. They're just they added all of them.
Yeah.
It kind of makes me nervous about Malik Neighbors, if I'm being honest with you, but yeah, I'm very, very happy that Odell Beckham is back. I love him. I always loved him. He is one of the most beloved ex-Giants. After he got traded, people loved him, and it wasn't like, oh, we're against Odell. Like, no, we were against Dave Gettleman. Like, we loved Odell. Like, I'll follow Odell anywhere he goes, and I'm just so happy he's back.
I think it sounds like you need an updated OBJ jersey.
I mean, if he ends up sticking with number 3, I might consider it, but I'm waiting for Jalen Hyatt to finally get cut, and then Odell can get his 13 back.
So you know what I found out today, kind of sifting through a little bit of National Football League. I'm going to ask you if you know. Do you know where this player is playing?
Oh, yes. Is this your edition of, oh, he's on that team now? Huh.
I mean, sort of. It's really only one guy for now, just because I ran into this one and was like, oh, do you know the team that Jalen Waddle plays for?
I do. He got traded. And it's funny. A couple weeks ago, I totally forgot the team.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to look it up. But he got traded to the Denver Broncos.
He did. It'd be interesting. That'll be an interesting one there. I don't know what I think about that, but I was running through some of the news today, and obviously Bo Nix is not back, but Jalen Waddle had settled into the offense. Okay, so he settled into an offense with a quarterback that's not there. Okay. That's
who's the backup in Denver? Do you know off the top of your head?
Well, is it Ellinger?
Was it Jarrett Stidham? It's Jarrett Stidham. Duh. Yeah, Jarrett Stidham almost went to a Super Bowl.
And Sam Ellinger. Both of them
That's
are there.
Right. That's right.
Okay. That.
So, I mean, is there real talk about Bo Nix not being healthy for the start of the season?
Still not. Still hasn't been seen around. Still sidelined following a second procedure on his right ankle. So
it probably explains why they're underdogs in 5 of their first 6 games, as we were talking about the other day.
Yeah, that would do it. So a couple other things. Steelers grabbed, or they gave an extension to Darnell Washington. Who did I see? Oh, this Steelers also went and picked up Robert Tonyan today. Aaron Rodgers has his old guy back, Bobby T.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is back with Robert Tonyan.
How is Randall Cobb not a Jet or not a Steeler yet?
Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
Waiting for that. But so they got Robert Tonyan. So they have Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth, and Big Bob Tonyan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's of all the tight end rooms in the NFL. That's one of them.
That's one of them. Russell Wilson officially is retiring. It sounds like 14 years.
He officially retired. Yeah.
Yeah. 14 years in the National Football League. He's going to be a CBS analyst. I don't know what I think about Russell Wilson on TV.
I think he's someone who is going to be technically good at it, but I don't think he'll be like, oh, he's so funny and likable. But I think he'll be like technically he'll be solid.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? Anything else in the NFL you wanted to get to kind of real quick? There's lots of news we could probably get to.
Oh, yeah, Rodney. How about the fact that the Iceman, generational Caleb Williams, is on the cover of Madden 27?
Wait, I just saw a group text that something else was on. No, we won't go there. The cover of Madden 27. That's a funny one, though. So Iceman. So what does that mean? That means that the Bears season completely falls apart?
Well, the fact that they do have the hardest schedule in the NFL is probably a reason to temper expectations a little bit on the Bears. You know what's funny about the Bears? I think this is the first offseason maybe in the entire time Ryan Poles has been there where they haven't been like the offseason champs. What big moves have they made to improve their team? Like they traded DJ Moore. They let Tremaine Edmonds walk. They still have Cole Kmet for some reason. I could have sworn he was going to get cut. Their center retired.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but he retired out of the blue. I'm sure I'm forgetting like a couple of the guys that they did sign here, but yeah, first off, and like their draft was. I thought they had a good draft, but like it certainly wasn't the Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze draft class. Yeah, it's just the first offseason that they aren't considered the winners or like wow they improved their team so much like. I see. Yeah, they added Khalif Raymond from Detroit. Garrett Bradbury is their new center. Devin Bush, they signed Kobe Bryant from Seattle. So like a couple guys, but
Yeah.
generally speaking, like quieter than normal. I'll say that. Quieter than normal.
I mean, they're not this. Yeah, it's the first time in several years they're not going to come in as the back-to-back off-season champs, but
back-to-back off-season champs.
4 years in running. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know Jedrick Wills? Do you remember Jedrick Wills? He was like a top 10 pick from the Browns. Do you know he's a Chicago Bear now? He's currently their backup left tackle.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I'm so excited for he's on that team now, huh? I'm gonna blow your freaking mind. It's in like early August with some of these offseason moves.
Yeah,
can't wait.
We're gonna have to put together a date for our picks.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to be decided. People need to put it on their calendar and figure it out. We are 97 days away from the National Football League. All right, I'm going to move to Major League Baseball. We're going to do a little thing called Which Will Not Survive.
Okay, I'm interested.
What that means is I'm going to give you every single team that would make the Major League playoffs as of 1 hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
There are some that are very close, so some that will fluctuate even over the next maybe hour. But all of these teams I am listing to you in the next X amount of time are currently going to the playoffs. I'm going to ask you, which will not survive? So you don't think that they'll be in the playoffs. All right. I did it random. We're going to go random. Any order, any division. I'll tell you the team. I'll tell you the record. I'll tell you where they stand in the standings. And the first one, ironically, is the Tampa Bay Rays. 13 games over 500, have a lead in the American League East, and probably liked the news coming out of the Bronx a few minutes ago.
Yeah, no, and that's exactly why I'm going to say the Rays will survive. And even if if the Judge thing is not a factor, like the American League is so bad that even if Tampa Bay ends up second in that in the division, like your main competitors right now for the wild card are the White Sox, the A's. Like it's not a deep group. So yeah, I think the Rays are looking really good, and it would take a meteoric fall for them to drop out of the playoff hunt.
So what I was referring to is it just came out that Aaron Judge will not play for up to 4 to 6 weeks, and that's just when he's going to get another imaging, right?
Yeah. So at some point in time, unbeknownst to all of us, I feel like that's been the case with like every Judge injury. Like there hasn't been an obvious moment, but like a little thing that happens, he makes it seem like it's nothing, and then it's like turns out that it's this. Last year it was the elbow and he couldn't throw, and then this year it's like a right rib fracture where he saw a specialist. At first he was just day to day, and then he sees the specialist, and now it's 4 to 6 weeks, and then he'll get reevaluated. And yeah, that's to say that is a big loss for the Yankees is a pretty heavy understatement. And yeah, they're going to have to rely a lot on Ben Rice, on Cody Bellinger. Sounds like Giancarlo Stanton is slowly progressing here. Like he's taking BP, so they're going to need him back. But yeah, it's going to be a June swoon potentially, which is par for the course with them.
So 2 questions before we move to the next team. Number 1, that likely means we do not see Aaron Judge in the Midsummer Classic, correct?
I would expect him not to make it. Like he could even get voted in by the fans, but like I doubt that he would play in it. Yeah, this would be right at that 6-week mark.
Second question is his chance of winning the AL MVP is not good, right?
It's over now. Yeah,
you can't miss 30 games and still be. I mean, there's no rule against it, but your chances are not good.
He's not going to hit 50 plus homers again.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, but this is a chance for my guy Ben Rice to potentially run away with it. If he is able to keep the hot bat and like keep the Yankees in a strong position to overcome Judge's absence, like this is a chance where he can really make his case versus the rest of the field.
You do love your Uncle Ben.
I do. Him and Cam Schlittler are like my two sons.
Yeah.
Who are like just a few years younger than me.
Exactly. All right. Next team in the which will not survive game. Some of these are probably pretty obvious. Milwaukee Brewers. So Milwaukee Brewers are going to survive and make the playoffs. Will the Milwaukee Brewers survive and win the NL Central? Your thought is, I mean, I'm guessing a high percentage yes here because the next contender was the Cubs, and they don't look like they are going to be in the I mean, gosh, they're going to lose again. They're going to get swept by the A's.
Well. I was just going to say it's 2 outs, 2 on. They scored 2 runs in the 9th.
2-2 count.
Potentially pull this out. It would be quite a generational win for the Cubs to pull this one out. But yeah, they are 1 out away from getting swept and falling to 1 game over 500. Rodney, the Cubs had 2 separate win streaks of 10 games this year.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. And here they are going to be 1 game over 500. Brewers survive.
I saw Sylvie from like Waddle and Sylvie, the ESPN Chicago, said that this season is like right there with 2004 as one of his least favorite Cubs seasons, like to watch. Like they hate this team, and I get it. Yeah. But anyway, back to the Brewers. The Brewers just the NL Central is weird because it's you look at it's like, wow, it's so competitive. Is it? Like, I just think the Brewers, just from where they were last year, and clearly they've carried that over into this year, and like statistically so much better than the other teams behind them, even though other teams behind them, like the Cardinals, the Pirates, and the Reds are all playing above their normal levels. The Brewers are playing right at their normal level. So yeah, I think the Brewers are going to survive and win the division once again.
This one, so the Cubs tied it 6-6.
No.
Yeah. And then it might have won it because Dansby singled too. I don't know. I'm trying.
Well, that was to tie it. Dansby singled to tie the game. Yeah,
it's just 6-6. This one's a gimme. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers. They're surviving. They win in the division. Yes, right.
Yes, Dansby Swanson. That was his first hit of the game. He's now up to 184 on the season.
Yeah.
Oof. Generation.
Right,
Dodgers. They'll win the division. Yeah.
Yeah. Now's when we start talking here.
You know what sucks about the Dodgers?
What sucks about the Dodgers?
That they've built a team that they can pay a guy $60 million to do jack shit. That they can have Mookie Betts do jack shit. That they can have Blake Snell make all start the entire season. They can have Edwin Diaz sign him to big money and then have him get hurt in the first month of the season. And they still end up 40-22.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we need a salary cap.
Yeah. I hear you.
That's why. This is why. It's so gross. Anyway, proceed.
Chicago White Sox are 33-29. The White Sox are currently the 2nd wild card, so they'd be the 5th seed in the American League. Now, before you answer, there's only 5 teams in the American League over 500. The next best wild card contender is Oakland at 30-31. The Rangers are right there at 30-32. So I ask you, do the Chicago White Sox survive? And by the way, 2-2 in Carolina now.
And the Cubs did walk it off, by the way. The Cubs did win.
Cubs win.
I think it was PCA with the game-winning hit. His first career walk-off hit.
Generational.
They avoid the sweep. This is, man, Wrigley Field, that's a full stadium, man. They believe in the team again. This is all they needed.
They're up for
they were down 4-0. That's a comeback win for them. So good for the Cubs.
Vegas and Carolina 2-2, 5-16 to go. Chicago White Sox, do they survive?
Oh, the White Sox have a better run differential than the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, only two games behind them.
Yeah. I probably not, but I've been wrong plenty of times. And the AL is so bad that anything's possible. But I'm gonna say probably not. No, I don't think they'll survive as much as I want them to. I would love to see the White Sox end up in the playoffs and the Cubs missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the White Sox do not survive.
I think this is another gimme, 42-20. The Atlanta Braves are running away with the best record. Not really. They're 2 games ahead of the Dodgers, but Atlanta Braves are going to but they're going to survive, right?
Yeah, we're talking about them as a division champ.
Sure.
Yeah. Their run differential is plus 109. For context, the Phillies, who are in second place, are minus 22.
Oh, wow. That is a big difference.
That's a huge difference. And that's what the Phillies playing significantly better. The Phillies actually have the worst run differential in the division, if you can believe that. Wow. The Mets are minus 13.
Yeah. Mets.
So yeah, the Braves are the overwhelming favorite in the division. Like they're really good, and they still aren't at full strength yet. Like they still have pitchers that can come in later this year and really make them a contender. I really like their roster.
All right, so you don't think the White Sox survive? So somebody has to win the American League Central.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess with a 2-game lead that you like the Guardians to survive winning the division.
I guess by default. I was watching them this week because they were in New York, and like they're like if you can believe this, they're the budget Brewers, where it's like the Brewers have these guys where it's like, actually no, I think the Rays are the budget Brewers, and then the Guardians are the budget Rays, where it's like I don't know who these people are. How are they 8 games above 500?
Right.
Like aside from Jose Ramirez, like it's a roster full of nobodies, and but they find a way to win, and yeah, I mean they took 2 out of 3 in New York. Yeah, I think Cleveland survives just by default, I guess.
Let's go to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates tied with the Cardinals currently. They're winning tonight over the Astros, so they look like they're going to move to 34-29. They would hold a wild card spot right now. They hold tied with Philly for the last wild card spot. It's basically tied. Cardinals, Phillies, Pirates, but also you guys the Diamondbacks and Padres right there. So, but I'm just basing it on who is taking it right now. Pittsburgh Pirates, I think I know your answer here, but what do they survive a wild card spot?
The Pittsburgh Pirates are going to the playoffs.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's what you get for saying you think you know my answer. You don't know me. You don't know my thoughts.
Pittsburgh Pirates are going to the playoffs.
And I'll tell you why, because everyone is going to talk about, oh, it's Paul Skeens, and, they got a couple other good pitchers. But, like, have you seen their lineup?
Yeah, they can
hit. O'Neal Cruz, Brian Reynolds, Brandon Lau, Spencer Horwitz, Ryan O'Hearn, 5 guys that all have an OPS 800 or better. That's not counting Nick Gonzalez, who's at like 760, hitting 314. Connor Griffin, who's a super impressive rookie, is hitting 270. Like they're hitting the ball really well. Like they actually, for the first time in probably 10 years, have a lineup where it's like they have several guys who can produce offensively. So yeah, they got speed. They're contact hitters. Like Brandon Lau's been incredible. He should be the starting second baseman for the National League and the All-Star game this year. He's got 15 homers, 40 RBIs at second base. So yeah, I really like the Pirates, and I think that of the teams in the NL Central, not named the Milwaukee Brewers, like I like the Pirates the most.
Okay. Let's move to, they fell to 30-32 now. They held a spot coming into tonight. The Athletics were because everybody's under 500. They still have the spot. Now they're tied with Texas at 30-32. You've got the Twins right there. You've got the Orioles, the Blue Jays. I mean, they're all right there. Do the Athletics survive?
I'm going to stick with my preseason predictions that, yes, they do survive. I still really like their lineup. Like Langoliers, Nick Kurtz, like this Nick Kurtz guy.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
He's a really, really good player and is going to be a perennial all-star for the American League. Yeah, like I like the lineup a lot, and it's one of those things where they just need to find some pitching somewhere. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they got some young guys that they can bring up. Maybe they just like try to sneak a couple bullpen guys in there around the deadline. I still like the A's, even though like, yeah, they're flawed pitching wise. The run differential isn't good, but I believe. I'm still going to believe in them. I shouldn't, but I do.
All right, we got 4 more. The next one is the Philadelphia Phillies at 33-29. You like the Braves to win the division. Do you like the Phillies to be one of the 3 wild cards? You've already got Pittsburgh in.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I don't love the Phillies. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, and they probably will survive. They probably get a wild card spot because, like, Christopher Sanchez finally lost his scoreless streak. He only went 50 2/3 scoreless innings. Kyle Schwarber's going to hit 60 homers. Bryce Harper's still really good. So, like, yeah, they got enough talent, I think, to get a playoff spot. But, like, they're not exciting. They don't excite me.
No, I'm with you on that. They don't excite me either. I mean, you look at San Diego. San Diego's probably going to play better. Arizona's somewhat there.
Maybe.
You would think one of the central teams would find a way to hold on. So I would probably, I'm 50-50 here. Probably citing no on Philadelphia. They've just been inconsistent. I don't know.
Yeah, that's how I feel. It's like, I think the way that the season's going to break, I think it'll just break well for them.
Yeah.
But that's not to be like, oh, man, they're so good. They're a real contender. Like, I just think they're just going to sort of back into the playoffs this year.
Your New York Yankees are 37-25, have no Aaron Judge. But, like, you say June Swoon, but, like, they've got obviously not gimme, but they've got a nice little advantage here over, the other wild cards. Well, they're 4 games ahead of the White Sox for the top wild card. Like, they're not going to fall that far, are they?
The offense is super streaky. They'll go through stretches where it just seems like they can't hit anything, and like the lineup becomes even more sort of top heavy. Like if Judge is out, it's basically going to be like Rice, Bellinger, and honestly, Paul Goldschmidt's probably been like one of their top 4 hitters this year, who's been thrust into an everyday role just with all the injuries. He was only supposed to like hit against lefties this year. But like the reason though that I think that they could survive and might still have a shot is because the pitching has been really good. And like Garrett Cole is back and has looked very sharp through his first few starts. Carlos Rodon today, who's probably been their weak link, like he looked really good. But like Cam Schlittler's current favorite for the Cy Young. You have Garrett Cole. You have Ryan Weathers, who I think has been good. You have Will Warren, who's been solid. Like Max Fried is still on the IL. He doesn't have a timetable yet, but like Max Fried's probably going to come back at this point before Aaron Judge. So then you're going to have Fried, Cole, Schlittler, Rodon, Weathers, Warren. Like that's a pretty freaking damn good rotation. So I think that if the Yankees can get by just by like dominant starting pitching and just getting timely hits, but if a couple starting pitchers goes down, then I think things are going to unravel very fast for them.
So, by the way, Jordan Stahl makes it 3-2 Carolina.
The Canes. I never doubted the Hurricanes. That was what.
Good job on your Vegas sweep.
Thank you. How much time is left? 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, 4. Yeah,
3.5 minutes. Well. The Vegas Golden Knights are going on the power play. So, all right, I got to throw that puppy on. I'm going to throw that puppy on here. I'm going to do the show because I'm a professional. But yeah, Vegas is going on the power play here with 3.5 minutes left in the game. The crowd looks despondent. Rod Brindamore looks upset. It seems like it was a bad penalty.
Yeah, not great.
The Golden Knights power play, by the way, is 0 for 3 with 0 shots on goal.
0. None you got a shot.
I guarantee you they will score a power play goal.
You are trying to jinx it. All right, 2 more teams in Major League Baseball. We're going to go Seattle Mariners 33-30. They had a slow start, but they played much better as of late. They look like maybe back to somewhat the team they were last year that we saw make a run. Seattle at 33-30. They survive and win the West, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to say they win the West because like I said, I've taken those pesky Sacramento Athletics. But generally speaking, like Seattle, I like for a lot of the same reasons that I picked the Yankees. Like their starting pitching is really good, and they can overcome guys in their lineup that are slumping, that are underperforming. Like Josh Naylor hasn't been good. Cal Raleigh was bad and then now hurt. Julio Rodriguez has been good. But like the Mariners can win with pitching and then just wait for their bats to come alive. So yeah, I think the Mariners survive and they get a playoff spot, whether it's the division or the wild card.
Last one, and it is my St. Louis Cardinals at 32-28. You were yes on all three divisional winners. You thought the Brewers would win the division. You thought the Braves would win division. You thought the Dodgers would win the division. You liked the Pirates to get in. You were reluctant, but you took the Phillies to get in. I have a feeling my Cardinals are going to get squeezed out here.
How about you answer first, and then I'll give my answer.
I don't think the Cardinals are going to make the playoffs. I don't really say they're catching lightning in a bottle, like because they're not playing like elite level baseball, but they're playing well enough to stick around. I just don't know how long that'll last. And what does stick around mean? Does stick around mean you 81-81 and the wild card team wins 82 or 83? I don't know. I don't think the Cardinals will make the playoffs. Now they are getting Lars Nootbaar back. I don't know if he's necessarily a season changer, but you kind of hope when Lars comes back, maybe he finds some of why he was exciting in the first place, right? Like there was a reason people love the guy, but we need to see it. We need to see it. So
is Jordan Walker still crazy hot?
Jordan Walker slowed down a little bit. Let me pull up Jordan Walker's numbers.
Because in one of my fantasy leagues, it was a very controversial move. I traded Jordan Walker and Jose Soriano for Aaron Judge. Clearly has not worked for me because Aaron Judge immediately broke his ribs, which that's expected. It's the Tim curse. We all know it. But I just didn't know if I should feel extra upset because Jordan Walker's also still amazing at the same time.
Jordan Walker's hitting 291. 355 OBP, 537 slug. He's got 15 home runs, 11 doubles, 44 RBI.
Really good, man. It's really
nice
good.
Season. Yeah.
Is he? I filled out my All-Star ballot yesterday. Do you vote for the All-Star game, by the way, for baseball All-Star game? Do you still have that
I
wonder?
I like to do it in person at the stadium. You punch the little hole.
I love doing it. Do they still have that?
I don't think so, but then you punch the holes and then you put it in the box.
I did that all the time, man. When I was young, I loved doing that, man. Going to Angel Stadium and like doing little punch cards. Oh my dude, I looked forward to that every year. That's probably
showed up to the ballpark just to get.
You know what it is? It's they have a little poster and it's just scan this QR code and then it takes you to vote on your phone. I want the punch card ballots, the punch ballots.
I'd always take one home.
Yeah, just to look at it.
And I take one home. I got the All-Star ballot at home now. But anyways, Cardinals 32-28. Are they going to survive?
So I have bad news for you.
They get scored.
It was just as the power play ended, they get a nonsense tip with a minute 20 left in the game. Now, does it count? Because they had the goalie pulled, so they did have a man advantage. Does that count?
whatever you want. Right. You guaranteed it. Right. Good win.
I don't think the Cardinals survive. I just don't have the pitching.
I don't disagree there. Anyways, all right, that's our game to 12 teams that are in the playoffs and see if they'll survive. We'll recap or we'll come back to this in 6 to 8 weeks and see if we have any changes to it, if we've changed our mind. All right, it is best bets for betting time.
I'm pretty sure Frederick Anderson hit the puck into his own net.
Just Fred. That's what you get for being named Fred. Anyways, best bets for betting time, Fred.
You got something against Freds? Did you have like a bully named Fred growing up, and now you have this natural? No.
Fred.
Anyway, best bets for betting.
All right, best bets for betting. I'll go first here. Reminder: I am 84 84-91.
Ugh.
You are 88-87.
It's not much better. It's better, not much.
4 games. I could be ahead. I could be ahead on Tuesday. All right. I'm gonna go San Antonio Spurs. I'll be your Huckleberry. San Antonio Spurs. So Spurs minus 5.5. The streak ends. The Knicks finally lose. All right, I'll go Cubs, riding that high. It's a Friday game. The vibes will be high at Wrigley, the Friday 120. And I just saw a tweet that came across that Wrigley's got 7 walk-offs already this year. That team is so weird, man.
The team of destiny.
Team is so weird. Oh, my God.
The destiny of just permanent mediocrity.
Yeah. Cubs over the Giants. I'll move to the W. I'm going to take the Wings. It's Paige Beckers and Ozzie Fudd. I'll take them to beat the Sparks. Kelsey Plum might return, but it doesn't matter. I'll take the Wings. The Brewers, because why not, right? I have the Brewers on like every card because why not? They're the Brewers. I'll take them. And then I'm going Saturday. I don't even care what the betting line is. I don't even care what the series is. Give me Carolina. Carolina will win game 3. Carolina on Saturday. Those are my 5 picks. Spurs, Cubs, Wings, Brewers, and Canes.
Going to overtime. So disgraceful. Pathetic. That the overtime goal was even worse. Not the overtime goal, but the game time goal was even worse than I thought. So it was a pad save by Frederick Anderson, who whacked it into Mark Stone's body, which then deflected back onto Anderson, and then I'm pretty sure got poked by a Hurricanes player, then into the net.
Tough. That's a tough one.
Awful.
They got to find a way.
Because the New York Knicks are the better team, they are going to keep it close, and I think they could win again. Maybe they don't, but they could. I would take them plus 5.5. The Phillies, I'm going to take them on the run line, hosting the Chicago White Sox. Ronher Suarez is on the mound for the Phillies. Reds, sorry, Rodney, I'm going to go with the Reds on the road against the Cardinals. Dodgers, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they set the run line at 2.5. Right. You don't see that very often in baseball, though, but I'm going to take the Dodgers by 2 or more runs, hosting the Angels. And then I don't care what happens with Game 2. The Golden Knights at home, Game 3. Book it. Sell your house. Put it all on the Vegas Golden Knights. They're not going to lose Game 3 at the T-Mobile Arena, whatever they call it. So there you go. All right, real quick, by the way, before you remember someone, have you been playing this 82-0 game that everyone is talking about? Have you done that?
No, explain.
No, so it hasn't reached your Twitter. So it's this new game that's sweeping basketball Twitter. It's called 82and0.com. And all you do is you just hit spin. It gives you a random team, one of the 30 NBA teams, and then an era, from the 60s all the way to the 2020s. And then you have to pick a player from that team. So let's say you spin it and it's Bulls, 80s. Great. Michael Jordan. And you build a starting 5, and then it simulates based on your starting 5 whether that team would go 82-0. And it's been very difficult to get a team that's 82-0. A lot of people have gotten 77 wins or 79. And got a couple 82-0s, but it's very hard. And you need the best of the best of the best. And you need to get crazy lucky with your spins. You should play it. Let me know how it goes.
82-0. Okay. 82and0.com. I'll take a look. Tomorrow, not tonight. If I do it tonight, I'll stay up too long.
Yeah, no, it's very addicting. And now people are making a baseball version called 162-0. I've seen NFL to go 17-0. It's consumed me the last couple of days. So,
well, you could do the opposite. You could go 0-82 and pick.
I've tried. A lot of people are trying, and I put some real dog shit lineups in, and I think the worst I've gotten is 3-79. It's I think the algorithm makes it impossible to go 0-82, but I'm going to keep trying.
Yeah. All right, let's remember someone tonight. Every show, at the end of the show, we remember someone a blast of the past, somebody that came into our minds. I picked tonight. I went with Major League Baseball, and I'm asking you, Tim, do you remember Shawn Green?
I do remember Shawn Green. And believe it or not, when I was a youth, I didn't hate the Dodgers the way I do now. I actually liked going to Dodger games, and at the time, Shawn Green was my favorite Dodger. I love Shawn Green. He was really, really good, and in an era where he's like kind of forgotten about, but like super underrated player, and had some really big years with Toronto and the Dodgers.
I remember his 4 home runs in a game. He hit 4 home runs.
Yeah.
It was like the first. It was
in Milwaukee,
probably one of the,
right?
Yeah, one of the first times I was like, "Holy cow!" He hit 4 home runs a game.
Yeah.
That was in 2002, so I would have been 20 years old. Obviously, would have remembered that one. Also, it was really kind of one of the first very obvious Jewish players I remember in the league, just because he would always sit out Yom Kippur. Fine, good on him, no problem with it. But when you do that, you get remembered for it. And I remember him as that's the Jewish player, which is not wrong. It's not belittling him. He's known for it.
Yeah. Look at 2001, 2002, he finished top 6 in MVP voting. Looking at his 2001 season. So this is like Barry Bonds hitting 73 home runs. But meanwhile, Shawn Green, about 7 hours south in LA, was slashing 297, 372 with a 600 slugging, had 49 homers, had 125 ribbies, 20 steals. That's a really, really good play. He was a 7-WAR player back-to-back years.
Yeah.
That's really good.
No, really good. Finished his career with just 328 career home runs, a 283 batting average, over 1,000 RBIs. Shawn Green to me is a Hall of Very Good.
Yeah, I would say so. And the reason that he's just Hall of Very Good is because his peak, his peak was only about, I'm looking at his stats, probably only 5 years where he was a really exceptional player. Yeah. And then the rest of it, early on in his career, he was kind of a late bloomer with Toronto. And then his last couple of years, with Arizona and with the Mets, he was pretty below average. So, but the 5 years right smack dab in the middle of his career, he was really, really good.
So, he was on the Hall of Fame ballot. It did not last long. He received 2 votes and was eliminated right away. So he was eligible in 2013. 75%, of course, is necessary for induction. 5% was necessary to stay on the ballot. He did not get the 5%. He finished at 0.4%. So, sorry, Shawn Green.
Did you know that game, the 4-homer game against Milwaukee, it was also the MLB record for most total bases in a game. 19 total bases.
So he had a triple?
4 homers. Yeah, let me go and let me go back here and see this.
Sounds like 4 home runs
exactly what he did here. Green versus Brewers. I'm assuming so. So was he that close to 5 homers? Maybe. So he was 6 for 6.
Oh,
with 6 runs scored and 7 RBIs. Honestly, it's surprising that he only had 7 RBIs with a 6 for 6 4-homer game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he must have had 6. So he must have had a double and a single. Then he didn't get the triple because
it was after hitting an RBI double his first time up, hit a 3-run home run in the second, solo shots in the 4th and 5th. Then in the 8th inning, he had a single. Then came up again in the 9th inning and hit a homer.
Have a day, kid.
Yeah, so 19 total bases, broke the major league record of 18 set by Joe Adcock in July 31st, 1954.
That is having a day right there.
That's a day. Arguably the best day that anyone's ever had at the plate in a Major League Baseball game.
Yeah, agreed.
It's up there.
Agreed. Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, not X. Stupid Sports Show, no W on the end. It is definitely Twitter. Make sure you get signed up for the Substack that's up there in that corner over there. It's up there. You scan that little thing. It brings you the Substack. Substack is right at 500 for June. Still ahead for the year. So we'll see if we can get going there. And then, of course, one reminder, show 150 today. So you are part of history. They said we'd never make it to 150, but here we are. Show 150. You can't stop us now. You can't stop us now.
Take it, haters. Take it, taste it, losers.
Yeah.
So on Tuesday, we're going to have 2 more NBA games. So we could be looking at a 3-0 Knicks lead or a 2-1 Knicks or a 2-1 Spurs. Maybe Tim cursed the hell out of the Knicks and the Spurs are now just going to dominate. I hope not, but it's possible.
Yeah. Game 2 tomorrow should be fun. And then, by the time we get here Tuesday, 3 of them will be over. So we're about done. NBA, NHL, going to be see you time. And then that's when we get to football.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
All right. Bring us out of here.
I will get us out of here. He's Rodney Duple. I'm Tim Hoya, Destroyer Van Stratton. Thanks for putting the show together tonight, Rodney. Episode number 150, and we'll do number 151 on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Central, as always. But until then, have a good weekend, everyone. Until next time, this has been another edition of the stupidest sports show on Earth. See you guys.
See ya.
Step right up, dummies, and listen to the stupidest sports show on Earth with Rodney Duple and Tim Van Stratton. Yeah.